Alright guys, thanks for joining me again. Start of today's video is actually the beginning of day 3 for us, and we are in Lake Mournpall Camping Area. So as you can sort of see by some of the footage now, not a bad little spot. We were lucky enough to be able to camp all by ourselves, but we've got facilities here which is brilliant. And after yesterday, you know, finding Mildura, for us at least, a little underwhelming, we've decided to head over to Echuca. And it's been quite some time since I've been back there, and it is a beautiful spot. And look, we're still going to be along the Murray, and we're going to take advantage of the fact that today is meant to crack into the 30s again. So we're going to get this show on the road, but while we're going to be driving, how about you guys go over there, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, give us a like and a share, and let's get the word out. All right. Alrighty, so we're halfway to Echuca at the moment. We've actually stopped off here in Swan Hill for our first stop of the day, and I'll tell you what, it's definitely a place that we're going to be coming back to this summer, because we're here at the what they call the heartbeat of the Murray, and it looks unreal. We sort of look over this side and check out the paddle steamer, which there's going to be tons of these in Echuca as well. There's actually a really cool looking old steam train, like a real life version of something out of Thomas the Tank Engine. So considering how awesome this town looks, Swan Hill is definitely somewhere we're going to be coming back to soon, so stay tuned in future episodes. Again, hit that subscribe button and notifications, because you will see some cool stuff. But for now, we've got about 150 k's left on our drive, so we better keep moving. So we've gotten here just after lunchtime here in Echuca. See, we are literally in the middle of Old Street. Found this bad boy right here, and this is meant to be getting restored soon, so we'll be definitely coming back to check that out. But we're going to go have a look at some of the sites, so stay tuned. There's going to be a few really cool things, because this place is awesome. Let's go have a look. I'm gonna live my life, no matter what we party tonight. I'm gonna live my life. I know that we gon' be alright. Yo, hell yeah, dirty bass. Ghetto girl, you drive me crazy. Hell yeah, dirty bass. Yo, this beat make me go wild. This drink make me fall down. I party hard like carnival. Let's burn this mother down. This bass make me go ape. These girls serve it so late. Yo, that's hella cake with a Cali shake. I got dough, who's down to bake? Yeah. My dirty bass like that. Drive me crazy. Hell yeah, dirty bass. No matter where we be, at VIP or in the C-Lag, all we need to start it is some speakers in my G-Chat. I spy a couple hotties. Right, that last little bit of footage there was actually a horse and carriage ride that we've just taken around Old Street. Now sadly, because of COVID, there's not much actually here to do. I've actually just spoken with a couple of the local vendors around here, and they're looking at mid-November, I think it is, that things are going to be open back up. So once things actually reopen, we'll be coming back up, because the Great Aussie Beer Shed is probably the one place I've been hanging to come back to, and apparently I've got a whole bunch of new attractions, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we're going to actually head back home because, well, as great as the weather is, there actually isn't a hell of a lot for us to do. So you know what, we're going to go and cause some mischief back home. See you there. Alrighty, so end of day 3 for our travels, and we've ended up back at home. As you can see, I've cleared out most of the tub. We'll do the cab tomorrow because it's pretty gnarly in there, not gonna lie, so we'll have a crack at that. But happy accident, we finally figured out how to take the knob off the selector. Things held in with a torque bit, so we'll have a crack at that. So we'll be able to do some Dragon Ball Z related stuff tomorrow as well, so stay tuned, there's more coming. Alrighty, so here we are, day after our return, and I had to give the inside of the car a bit of a clean. As you can see by the footage here, it's not perfect, but it is a damn sight better than what it was. So what we're going to be doing now is I've actually got a new ADHD sticker that I'm going to be throwing on the back of the ute, and I'll give you guys a quick glimpse before we wrap things up for today's video. Alrighty, so we've managed to get the sticker on. It's looking pretty good, nice and flat. You know, it's an AC/DC sort of look-alike. Highways are meant to be held, but of course, sort of poking fun at those of us that have the attention span of a goldfish. Other than that, it's, yeah, on and looking good. As mentioned last night, there's a couple other bits I wanted to do today. You've just seen me pop the sticker on, and now that we've got the cab all nice and clean, we can actually get in here and do a little bit of work. So it's the last thing that we're going to do for today, and that is install the number 6 Dragon Ball from Dragon Ball Z as the gear knob, which, as I mentioned last night as well, sorry, just getting a bit stuck here. Oh, Jesus. This has actually broken off a little bit, as you can see there, and we're going to throw on the new gear knob just because, well, Dragon Ball Z is awesome. So let's get to work. Okay, so now that we've got a bit of daylight, like we said last night, and you know, going to do a little bit more inside the car. We've basically cleaned things out. As you can see, it's fairly clean inside the cab. It's not perfect, but let's face it, it's only going to get messed up again. Seeing as we did cut our trip short, I thought I'd throw in a little bit extra, and you know what? This is a Dragon Ball Z household, so that will become the new selector. So let's get this thing going. Okay, so as you might have seen in the time lapse just gone, that the gear selector, sorry, the knob doesn't quite fit there on the shaft. You can see here too. So what that means is the internal diameter is a little bit too small. We'll have to actually attack that with a die grinder, but not having an air compressor myself, I'm going to have to actually go off site and get that done somewhere. So we won't be finishing this off today. However, we still have one more job to do, which is remove the front tent. It's we've got to find a better way to actually secure that down when we're driving, because it is sort of starting to seep out the side. So that's going to be something I'm going to need to practice on. So I reckon we're going to leave things there today, but do tune in next week. We will have new videos being posted up on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll be kicking off things with how I'm going to be using the video game side of things to help practice everything as we go to get into that race car, as you can sort of see over there in the distance. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks, the tracks will start to open back up and we can actually go and do some real drifting. Until then, look after yourselves and enjoy.